The Bitcoin price manipulation right now is absolutely insane. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now, but actually this is the reality. Most people in the Bitcoin and crypto market are giving up right now, and this is exactly what happens every single time and what market makers want to happen before finally we can go up. Today, we will look at everything from A to Z, so you're perfectly prepared for the market. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, hit the ring bell. As always, I have my black tea today and also my fennel tea, because today we have to go over some very important things. Also, get a drink, leave a like for the algorithm, and let's get started right away. First of all, I want to start with something very bullish, which is actually the subscribers chart. Right now, we are over 3,000 subscribers, and I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's new on this channel, who's been subscribing, liking, commenting the videos. Your support really means a lot, and we are just before a massive breakout to 10K, 100K, even over 1 million. So technically, you could subscribe right now at a low count and then hodl for the long term until we are over 1 million. And actually, by the way, the German channel actually overtook the English channel. So you guys have to tell your friends, and we have to get the English channel also up to date and push it higher. Because as you know, also I have another channel where I have over 1 million subscribers, where I post vlogs and also lifestyle content. I made, for example, a day in the life video here, also a week in the life. Also, comment down below if you remember me from my scootering times. I made amazing videos. That was an amazing time. However, if I have time, I will also make another video here, and you can also comment your ideas, what you want to see next in my life on this vlog channel. Now, let's start right away. You can actually say it's tragic. So this November, as you might know, it will be decided who will be the next president in America. Now, if Kamala were to be elected, she would actually appoint Gary Gensler as the Treasury Secretary, and this would be very tragic because for everyone who is new on this channel, Gary Gensler is known to be very anti-crypto and for being essentially a very strong roadblock when it comes to crypto regulation. So if he becomes the secretary here in the Treasury, this would slow down the crypto adoption in America a lot. And as you know, America is a big market, so this would be very, very bad for crypto. On the other hand, in sharp contrast, if Donald Trump gets elected, he would actually fire Gary Gensler, which would make many things easy. Now, as you know, my stance is that for the long term, it doesn't matter who's president. Bitcoin and crypto does not need any president. The dollar and the euro and the pound are going down the drain faster and faster and faster, especially the everyday person realizes how big inflation is, and either president will either make it faster or a bit slower, but eventually the US dollar is going to hit the wall. And the chances of either candidate are widely ranging right now. So for now, we'll just have to wait and see. And also comment your opinion on what you think about this. And also, I want to cover one more important aspect. Donald Trump, for example, in the last cycle was actually mostly against Bitcoin. And this also shows you that it's really important not to put one candidate over another on a golden pedestal, because mostly politicians will say anything to get votes. So for example, many years ago, Bitcoin was not relevant, so Trump also didn't care. Now he realized, okay, there's a big demand, so now he's going to say whatever, where there's a demand to get votes and power for himself, which, for example, he realizes that she is not doing. So again, that's why I don't take this too serious, but again, let's keep an eye on it. Now, the next thing I want to cover here is actually very bullish. Now, this here is a chart to put everything into perspective. In yellow, having 1 Bitcoin cycle, having 2 in orange, and having 3 in pink. And we can see, for example, right here is the halving event. We are actually just on track on the cycle before the massive run up on Bitcoin. Now, the one thing to realize is that in this bull run, everything is different. Why? Because since January of this year, we have Bitcoin spot ETFs in America. Now, this means that in this cycle, we had lots of gains prematurely actually before the halving. That's also why right now the side and downwards phase is a bit longer than expected. But typically and statistically, we are right now just before and actually on time before the massive rise up here. Also, one chart from there, I wanted to say actually the real carrot, but it's the rational root here. We have the 4 halving cycles, and we always have a consolidation phase before it goes up. Consolidation, we go up. Consolidation, and then again, statistically, we would go up very, very soon, especially also after we are finished with September, which actually is statistically more a bearish month. We are looking very bullish on October, November, and December. And what happens in October? It's 1 month before election. Typically also in the winter and after the summer, Bitcoin or the other assets perform way better, because typically over the summer, the price action is actually more bearish or sideways, which is exactly also what we've been seeing. The next thing which I want to cover is actually a UAE stablecoin, which might actually be introduced in the UAE. Now, you might be in the UK or anywhere else. Me personally, I'm in Dubai. So for me, this will be very, very good. As you might know, the UAE currency is the dirham, and it's pegged to the US dollar at a fixed ratio. So essentially, it's a US dollar with a different name and different branding. And this actually will be very good. And as you know, Dubai is also a very crypto-friendly jurisdiction. And I recommend any of you, if you make decent money with crypto trading or with your investments, Dubai is a way more friendly jurisdiction and also way better also for tax and freedom in general. Unfortunately, the UK and Europe and also the US, they're getting less and less friendly against crypto. That's why Dubai actually is a very good option. That's also why I moved to Dubai in 2020, because I saw all these trends already happening many years before. And now, of course, it's very evident. And that's why more and more people are coming to Dubai, because Dubai is the most crypto-friendly place. Lots of traders, entrepreneurs, crypto companies. Dubai really is the place. And that's also why in Dubai, the adoption will be way better than in any other country. Next, we got some really bullish news. The Stablecoin Market Cap right now is actually on an all-time new high. You can see right here, this in white is the Bitcoin chart. In blue, you can see the Stablecoin Market Cap. Now, stablecoins are very important because the stablecoins are the bridge from fiat currencies like the dollar, pound, and euro to crypto. And all of this here, these stablecoins, their liquidity, which potentially can enter in the market. Now, this, of course, is very bullish. And there's also another chart which shows that most of them actually are on exchanges ready to be deployed in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And if this, for example, went down, then I would be very worried, because this would mean that the liquidity is actually exiting the market. But right now, liquidity is coming in the market, which of course is very bullish potential. If you're new here, just for orientation, Tether is the biggest stablecoin with $117 billion in market cap. Second biggest is the USDC, a lot smaller, only 34 billion. This is a stablecoin from Coinbase. And then we have DAI from the company MakerDAO. And of course, we have many smaller coins right here, which are all stablecoins. But for safety, of course, everyone uses Tether and USDC, and also, of course, the UAE Stablecoin. So let's see how this is going to go. I will keep you updated. Right now, there's a massive discrepancy of the current Bitcoin price and actually the interest of the retail masses. This right here is the Google Trend chart, and this just shows you that the average person, the average retail investor, does not care about Bitcoin. Right now, the number is 19, and this is around the same interest level as we saw in the deepest bear market around 2022. However, Bitcoin is no longer at $16,000. We are right now over $61,000. Now, this just shows you that we are still far away from being overhyped. Actually, the opposite. Everyone is fearful, and we have all this bullish news, but the Bitcoin price is not going up. And we will talk about this manipulation also in a second. So right now, while institutions are still buying Bitcoins, especially also BlackRock and many other big investors, the average person does not care about Bitcoin. And actually, once this chart really breaks out, that's when we have to start getting cautious and slowly exiting the market, because typically also this is delayed, which means once you have a big spike like this, the peak was 1 month before the spike. Market makers do not want the average person to make money, and that's why, first of all, everyone has to be desperate and exit the market until finally the price can go up. And then once Bitcoin is at 70, 80, 90K or even higher, that's when all the retailers will come. Everyone will talk about Bitcoin. The taxi driver in a restaurant, you will see also in the news, everywhere will talk about Bitcoin. But that's the time when you have to be cautious and actually sell. Right now is the time to buy. Of course, it can always go lower, but based on the interest in the fear and greed index, we are way in the fear zone and far from greedy. And generally, you want to buy when everyone is fearful and sell when everyone is greedy. So right now is a decent time to buy. Not the best, but again, decent, especially if you don't have any Bitcoin yet. All right, just to brush over the ETFs. Now, of course, on the Bitcoin ETFs, we didn't see any major inflows or outflows. Same, not really important. On the Ethereum ETFs, on the other hand, we see continuous lesser outflows, which of course is very good, especially also our friends at Grayscale. Those folks here are still selling because, as you know, people bought Ethereum at a massive discount when the ETF from Grayscale was still a trust. So of course, they want to realize their profits. But as soon as the people here are done with selling, what's left over? Exactly. People buying, such as BlackRock, for example, they are accumulating. And actually, it's so funny. BlackRock and all the other institutions and big investors, many years ago, they said Bitcoin is bad, crypto is bad, Bitcoin is rat poison. And right now, what are they doing? They are buying, okay? That's why also you cannot take it serious when big investors and celebrities talk about Bitcoin, such as Donald Trump or many other famous investors, because they flip at a switch depending on what the interest is of their clients, such as, for example, his voters, or for example, for BlackRock, what the investors want. Before we dive in the charts, let's have a look at the liquidation heat map, because as you know, liquidation is always what attracts the price. Wherever you get the most liquidation, that is the highest and strongest magnet where the price is drawn to. And especially this has been the game in the last few weeks and few months. Bitcoin has been doing nothing except just chasing short liquidations, long liquidations. Now, first of all, in the short term, we just liquidated some shorts up here, and we still have shorts up here and down here. So right now the bias is around 50-50 and we are dead center in the middle. So here right now, no big trend or bias. However, if we zoom out right now, we can see above us is more short liquidation interest than below us of long liquidation. Also, if we zoom out even more in the bigger picture, it is very clear that above us we have lots of short liquidations, which are, in my opinion, way too comfortable for way too long. And let me just tell you guys, the price can pump very fast, very quickly, especially when no one is looking. Is someone expecting right now a big pump? No. And this also ironically makes it actually more realistic. Now, one thing which I don't like still yet is this massive wick. Now, of course, with this massive wick, we liquidated all those longs which we had open still from February this year. Statistically, very long wicks either get filled partially or fully. So for example, right here, we had long wicks and we partially filled them, then we fully filled them. Also here, long wick, what happens? We fill it. Also here, long wicks, what happens? We fill it. Also, long wicks, we come up, we come down, we fill it. Also, same thing here, very deep wick, what happens? We fill it. Now, this does not mean that we have to fill it. However, based on my intuition, I don't trust this long wick that much. And we will also jump in the charts right now. And honestly, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now, but actually this is the reality. So right now, from a pattern perspective, we are actually more bearish because we are right now in a bearish wedge. Why bearish? The move into the wedge is from up to down. So now the bias statistically is 60% down, 40% up. A bearish wedge has lower highs and higher lows, which means the buyers are getting stronger as the sellers also get stronger until eventually one takes over, the dam breaks, and then you break out to the upside or downside. And typically also the longer the wedge is lasting and the stronger the fight in the middle, the bigger the breakout. Now, for example, the bias here, based on this pattern, is more to the downside, and the target would be actually here, $41,000. And this exact level would be also shaking out all of these longs from before, actually just also below here, so we could always wick also lower. Now, this might seem unrealistic right now, but Bitcoin can literally do anything right now, and we've seen enough surprises already. Now, of course, the bullish target would give us a new all-time high at around $78,000, and of course, we would liquidate all those shorts all the way up here. Let's zoom in now on the 4-hour chart. Here we can see it a little bit better, and the problem right now is that all those EMAs are essentially very close together. The price action of Bitcoin right now is actually horrible. The RSI is dead center in the middle, which means we have neither up momentum, neither down, and also especially the 21 and 50 are essentially all together inside of each other. And I would not touch Bitcoin right now on the higher time frames until either we have a clear cross up and the EMAs open up or we break down, okay? This here is very dodgy, and I don't trust this price action at all. Now, if we zoom in even more on the 1-hour chart, we have also a bear flag, which again is more bearish than bullish. And of course here we have two targets, one bear target, which actually is more likely at a 60% chance down, okay? Now with this move, we would probably liquidate all those longs right here. And also, which by the way is very fairly balanced with all the shorts here, which we have above us, okay? Which would be also here above this level at 61,000. Now in my opinion, I would not trust this bear flag that much because again, all the important EMAs, such as the 200, the 50, the 21, they are all together. I would not touch Bitcoin right now at all. If you want to trade, it is way smarter to trade Pepe, for example, on the 6-minute chart, 3-minute chart, and 1-minute chart. However, sadly, they are very correlated to Bitcoin. So, for example, just today, we had this insane manipulation to the downside, to the upside, to the downside, to the upside. Now, this here has zero to do with price action and natural price movement. This is purely market maker selling a ton of Bitcoin spot, buying and selling to liquidate strategically, longs below, shorts above, and then over and over and over, okay? Dead center in the middle. So right now, this is just a cat and mouse game until eventually we have a solid structure. And until then, I would not do any trades. Now, as you can see, sadly, also Pepe mirrored those moves exactly as Bitcoin, down, up, down, up, down, up. So I don't trust this market too much. So I would wait a little bit. Now, if you zoom in a bit on Pepe, for example, on the 3 and 1-minute chart, you have some decent setups. So for example, today, sadly, I missed this one. We had a very nice LSOB reversal, okay? This here is your liquidity sweep, order block. Here we have a perfect touch. Enter, stop loss 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. Like I said, this here is the most consistent setup in the world, and you can also learn the setup yourself all the way up here in the video. I will link it for you. So on YouTube, I have a playlist with the best setups for trading. Now the LSOB, you can watch it right here, and this here are the advancing wicks, which are hand in hand the most legendary and most consistent setup in the world. Actually, this video on the German channel is going right now actually semi-viral, of course, because it's the best setup in the world together with this one. Now, the English people are still lagging behind, but very soon also both videos will have over 10k and then over 100k views, because right now in the market there's no better setup to trade with a higher consistency rate than these setups. One important rule of thumb: whenever all the EMAs are very close to each other, I would not trade. And also whenever the price is essentially at the 200 EMA like this and they are all together, I would not trade. Why? Because the momentum and direction is very, very arbitrarily, and most of the time you get lots of fake outs to the upside and downside. That's why I would first wait until on Pepe or Bitcoin, like right now for example, the EMAs open up and the price goes either away to the upside from the 200 or the price goes below. Now, for example, here we came below, we had one nice retest with retracing wicks, enter stop loss, and we have a perfect profitable trade right here. And right now, for example, I would look for long trades on Pepe on the 1 minute, which is exactly what I'm doing right now after this video. Also, by the way, right now I'm testing 2 brand new scalping setups. If you want to learn them, I will explain them this weekend on Discord in a live stream, and I will also go over dozens of examples. The Discord community right now is growing like crazy, and we have so many new members joining every single day. To join Discord, you need either an account on BitGet made with my link or an account on CoinCatch with my link. Now, this way you have the lowest trading fees possible and the best trading conditions in the world by far. And also, for example, if you're in the UK or the US, Canada or Singapore, you can only use CoinCatch, which is the non-KYC version of BitGet. If you are not from those countries, you can use BitGet. Just the branding is different. And like I said, on CoinCatch, you save a little bit more on fees. Once you made your account with the link, you just simply put in your user ID into this button right here and click submit. For CoinCatch, just use this button. And then once you are approved, which usually is less than a day, then you will be able to see all those channels. And then you can access all the resources right here, number 1. Number 2, you can do the free bootcamp right here at your own pace to prepare. And then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm doing a live stream right here in this channel, and I will explain the 2 new scalping setups. And so far they have been insane, so I will also keep you updated in the Discord community. But all the people from the last weekend, they already know what's up, and many of them are already trading this right now. I hope you got some value out of this video and learned some new things. If you have any questions, please comment down below and I will help you out with all my heart, because I am reading and replying to every single comment at the moment. Next, you can also watch this video, and I will see you either in the next live stream on Discord this weekend, or I will see you in the next update video. Thank you so much for your instant support. I will see you in the next video. Much love and peace, and ciao.